I don't know. Sometimes this thing really, this happens with this. Yeah, it takes time, but I assume like if you jump onto another area, like which is more productive and more, let's say I say productive in the sense like it should at least do something, just not money, like some traction, or at least people should talk about it. Like it's all about that. It's all about pride, ego. So I don't think so. This screen share thing works. But yeah, that's. Let me close this thing first. But that's about links. Like let's see how the about the practical when the screen share permits us. But yeah, then I'll jump into today's class, which is called lists. Okay. So coming to lists, like I've described about lists in the email itself, like what does exactly lists do. So yes, now you see in any web page, if you can see in this particular page where you're seeing the class, you can see on the top there is file, edit, there's something undo. I don't know if you can see them or not, but there are certain tabs on the top of this particular page. Yeah, so that is listing. Like say they're placed in order one by one next to the one. So it's listing. So this particular thing is designed using HTML lists. And you can see on the right side too, sorry, on the left side vertically, like there are certain options like, pointer, arrow, pen, and a text thing. These are again listed. Yeah, exactly. In any website, I told you, like previously, the about us page, the contact us page, everything is written in a list, but it's a link. So HTML is all about a website is a collection of these tags, which are used in a manner which appeals to the users. So lists are used to put things in order. So take anything you see out there on a website which is in a particular order, be it horizontally or vertically, it is a list. So yeah, that is about list. There are three types of lists. Say three types. The most commonly used list type is unordered list. Okay, there is one more type, as I said, three types. The other type is ordered list, and the last one is definition list. So yeah, these are the three types of lists: the unordered list, the ordered list, and the definition list. So the name themselves indicate like hey, I mean what I like HTML the most is like there is nothing complex in here. The name itself says unordered list. So let's go with the ordered list first. What is ordered list? Like whenever I use ordered list, it gives me numbers. Like say I'll just write the syntax here. Let me move all this from here. Oops, I'm moving. Fine. I'll just open another class here. So I rename this class. Let me try this background color. Let us change to something dramatic. Yeah. Oops. Let me change the color. One. see it. Oh, here. Yeah, fine. Let's use white. So let me write a syntax. So I said unordered list. So it's UL. So UL and close UL. It has an open tag and a close tag. And this indicates, like, whenever I type UL in an angle brackets, this means like, hey, there's an unordered list starting here, and whenever it sees this, okay, this unordered list ended here. So yeah, what else it has? It has a list item. Okay, so where should this particular list apply, and what should this particular list apply? So it should apply on a list item. Say for instance, you see here it's called file. Then there is one more list item which is called edit. There is one more list item, I know they don't name it, it's just an icon. I suppose it's undo. Karma file. Wow, that's a nice name. I guess you made it up. It's not real name, it's a screen name, I guess. Hey, how are you? Mr. Karma? Mr. or Miss or Mrs.? I don't know. You there? If you can hear me, just type in there. I don't know if you can. I can't say, like, if you can't hear me, you can type in here, because assuming you can't hear me. Hey, what's up, man? I felt like, only few people come up with these names. Karma fired. Yeah, fine, fantastic. We are just discussing about HTML list. I just started. For the past 28 minutes, I assume we talked about links. I know you know all these things. Cool. So yeah, this is how a list is written. This is how it looks like. So this is unordered list. UL stands for unordered list. LI stands for list item. So the screen share thing ain't working now, so I can't show you the practical. I'll just type in the syntaxes here and few examples. If you can practice them at your home too. Like, all you need is a notepad and a .html extension. Double click on it, you'll see the practical there. So it's not just, as I explained, it's not rocket science. HTML is just pretty easy. So this is another list. Then let's go with order list. The same, except is yes, I need to change this every time. So order list again, it's pretty easy. HTML, the name itself says again. So OL stands for order list. Then again, what is the item on which this order list to be applied on? So it's the list item. So list item. So again, let's take the same example. It's file. You just can type this in your notepad. If you're just viewing this class, you can open your notepad and type UL exactly what it is here on the blackboard. So you can do that. Just save it as list.html. Save it on your desktop. Double click on it, you'll see the list. So this is the best part again with HTML. You don't have to have huge software to run these programs. So edit and say undo. So yeah, this is the left side. This is another list. This is an order list, and definition list. They won't be using any definition list these days, since that can be achieved using CSS. So you don't have to know much about definition list, but I do discuss about definition list. I'll give the syntax soon. But yeah, are you guys following me? This is about HTML list. It's just pretty simple. You can just type in the same program in your notepad, save as list.html, on your desktop, double click it, you'll see it. So other best part of list is like you can nest lists, like say a list inside a list. How? Let's say let's take let's just nest an unordered list or ordered list inside an unordered list. Let's see how it can happen. So you will, as I said, I have a practice of whenever I open a tag, I just close it immediately. So yeah, you guys, hi. So yeah, it's a list item. I can just type here something, say list item, and inside this list item, I can again open another list. This time an order list, and I can say li item inside an item. This looks like this crazy. This sounds funny. Item inside an item. Cool. So this is how I can nest list to. Like you can nest them anywhere you want to. So it's just see again. I say if you forget to close this li, it's a mess. So you get more confused. So it's always a better practice. As soon as you open a tag, just close it immediately. Then type everything inside it so that you don't forget it anytime. Yeah. So that is about again nesting of lists. Yeah. Can you guys follow me, Sandeep? I won't worry about Uday because Uday knows. Yeah, we'll see an example. With an example, it gets clear. Yeah, it's like nesting is like the term itself says. Nesting is put one thing inside one main thing, like heading, a subheading, a sub-subheading. So it's just like it's nesting, like they're under one tree but different branches. So that's called nesting. Like you can put one thing into the other thing. As I said here, list in item inside an item. Like it's nesting. You can see it here. See, this is the another list I have opened. Inside, this is the first list item. You can see it here. Now, this list item is closed here. Let me draw this. See this. This is a list item, and inside which, see here, this is one more list I have opened. So I'll tell you where we use this actually. Like whenever you see in a menu, in any website's menu, you see drop downs. Like there will be multiple links inside one link. Like you go any web page, they say products and services. So whenever you click on products and services, there will be two items popping out. Like do you want products or do you want services? So that is nothing but a list inside another list. We'll see it with an example. So this is again an item. So you following me, Sandeep? Cool. So this is the list, first list, under which this is the item. Inside this item, I have opened another list which has an item. So it's just like one thing inside the other and one more thing inside the other thing. So this is just like a chain of things which has structure like proper hierarchy. So it's called nesting. We'll be talking more about nesting when we go into JavaScript, like where the actual logic begins. We talk about if conditions, for loop. So when we hear again about nesting. So this is how nesting is, like writing one thing inside other thing. You can just type this code in your notepad, save it as list.html, just double click on it. You can see that there'll be one item under which another item. If let me try again the screen sharing. If it works, yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll show the practical. I guess it still says. Oh, I recently updated my Java in my laptop. Maybe that's causing the firewall and maybe block the screen sharing. Like the screen sharing is like torrent, like it's peer-to-peer sharing. So well, I told you on the first day, like if you maintain these tabs, tomorrow, if you're working for a company and you left the job for some reason, so if somebody else comes in, instead of making like him confused, you can, if you use these tabs, you can directly figure it like what to change and what not to change. Yeah, it's a better practice. Yeah, just that. Like, it doesn't matter if whatever the order you're typing in. It's just, as I told you, HTML is more a free typing, or what do you say? I don't get the exact word. Yeah, exactly. That makes a mess. If you have 20,000 lines, do you really write that code? I don't write 20,000 lines of code. Yeah, Karma 5. Yeah, I know people do, but yeah, I see. That's a different scenario. Yeah, that's all about the list. I'm unable to share my screen here. I got it. I got it. It's just an example. I know. I know. The Google App Engine is somewhere on, I guess, 15,000 lines of code written in Python. So I can see that. I know that. Fine. So yeah, that's about list. So I'll just end the class here. Just the class. So yeah, it's done actually. We are discussable. So I just need some feedback. Like this is your first time, Uday. So how do you think the application is? Just give me instant feedback. Just don't think too much. Again, Sandeep, to introduce Uday, he's my friend. He's my classmate in my BTech. He's been with me since a long time. He's in China right now, and he teaches photography. So yeah, it's like you can check his album. I don't know. Uday doesn't keep his album private or public. Yeah, photography is his hobby. I don't know. Yeah. So Karma Fire, it's 12:30, I guess, in China. He's in China right now. Yeah. So with that, Sandeep, let me just finish the class. I'll be sharing those two documents with you. There are one document is for the images. The other document, no, one document is for the text formatting tags and images. The other one is for links and lists. So you can just go ahead, type the code, practice. It's not a big thing. It's pretty simple. So as I said, like as soon as we complete the HTML, we are capable of designing static web pages. So that's an awesome thing. Like you can build your portfolio, or you can build your own image website, like a static image website, once you are done with this HTML. So we're not so far away from that point. It's just tables, then the forms, and let me see the contents here. Then forms, tables, and that's it. So here at this point, form elements, we are done with HTML. So we are good to go to design static web pages without this styling, let's say again. So, and for a web page, I do not consider styling is very important. Styling appeals to the people, but still you can write a web page without styling too. So by the end of this form element, yeah, we are good to go with HTML. We'll be done with HTML. Then I'll give just a brief introduction of the head tag. What does a head tag have? Then we'll jump into CSS styling. So that's the overview of the coming classes. And yeah, so you got any questions?